Um, Hello, everyone. I hope that you are having a great day. I'm really glad to meet all of you. My name is Luis Beltran. I am Mexican, but currently I'm living in the Czech Republic. Today I'm presenting the topic Azure Cognitive Services, and I would like to thank Dennis for inviting me to talk about this very interesting topic in a remote session. So greetings to all of you in Irkutsk. Okay, so let's get started. Uh, just a bit about me. My name is Luis Beltran. I am MSP at Tomas Batya University in Slin, Czech Republic. That's the reason I'm living here for the last 5 years. This is my final one, by the way. So I do research about face detection in pictures, videos. We develop algorithms and work with deep learning technology. So neural networks, artificial intelligence in general is the thesis topic. I am also Microsoft MVP in developer technologies, mainly because of contributions in mobile technologies such as Xamarin cross-platform to develop Android, Windows and iOS applications. And I'm also a professor at a university in Mexico. You can follow me on Twitter, send me an email message. I also have a blog, luisbeltran.mx, even though it is mainly in Spanish, but sometimes I post in English. I'm always open and happy to help, so please send me any question, any message that you would like to share. I will be really glad to help you. Okay, so let's get started with the topic of our session. So, as human beings, we learn by training. Do you remember the first time that you use a computer? What about reading or learning the main language that we speak? Someone else, professor, teacher, taught us the language, words, letters, and we learn what those symbols mean, what alphabet or letter means. Technology works the same way, more or less. By using it every day, technology gets more accurate and helpful for us. For instance, when we are typing a message in our phone, most of the time in the application there is text prediction. So there is a word that most probably will follow what we just typed. So the phone will try to predict the next word. And this word is based on our usage, what we usually type. So maybe when we type a good, the next word is morning or afternoon, most probably. Social networks, for instance, are another case. When we just publish a picture in Facebook, for instance, there is an algorithm running and it can identify our face or friends' faces, so they can be included in the picture automatically. But of course, we always confirm this or not. So yeah, they observe what we do. They try to anticipate in order for us to become more productive, maybe to use less time with some activities. So they listen to us. There are also bots, you know. You can ask a question to a bot maybe by talking or by typing a message, and then you will get an answer. You have maybe heard about Alexa, Cortana, and other bots. So now the question is, can we develop such smart applications, or is it too difficult? Well, the answer for the first question is that yes, it is possible to develop artificial intelligence or smart applications. And the second answer is that it is really easy nowadays because there are several artificial intelligence services. In this case, I will explore Azure CognitiveServices, which basically we just add few lines of code and we send a message, a text, or a photo, and then we get a result, like the sentiment of this message, if it's positive, if it's negative, or the description of a picture. And I will show this in the demo that I will present in a few slides. So yeah, with Azure CognitiveServices, we can make our apps able to see, to hear, to interact in more human ways. We just need internet access to request a service from an API, HTTP calls. You will see the code. So basically, these artificial intelligence problems, which are really complex because inside there are neural networks, there are algorithms, there are a lot of mathematics involved, but Microsoft already developed this. So our code is very simple, it's very easy. So we don't have to worry about this complex neural network, for instance. And there are 5 areas that we can use in our Azure CognitiveServices. Okay, so these are the areas: vision, speech, language, knowledge, search, and well, labs is experimental. So I will talk about them in the next slides. I will start with text analytics, which is one of the demos that I will show. With text analytics, you basically send a message or a text, and the service can perform sentiment analysis in some languages. So you can learn if this text has a positive sentiment, or it's neutral or negative. Like if the person is furious, of course it will be negative sentiment depending on what we send to the API. There is also key phrase extraction, which means that you get keywords or the most important phrases from the text. This can be useful to get summaries of long paragraphs. Also, topic detection, which is more or less related with the key phrase extraction. So maybe we, in our text, we are talking about Messi, about goal, about Cristiano Ronaldo, and the topic detection will be soccer, for instance. And of course, language detection, which is another common problem with text analytics. So you can you can know if the text is in Spanish, Russian, English, or more than 120 supported languages. So how they work? Okay, I will go from the developer point, which is this slide. We basically do a post to an endpoint. This is provided by the Azure portal when we create the service. Okay, so we send a post request to this endpoint and this service. The endpoint is, let's say in this case, West Europe API.cognitive.microsoft.com. The service is Text Analytics Sentiment, okay, version 2. And we send the text or the information that we want to describe in this body content. The documentation explains how to build or what is the format of this string. You can see that this is a JSON string, and there should be a text property with the message inside a documents collection, because actually you can send more than one text in the request. Okay, but in this case I'm just sending one. And after we send this post, we obtain a response. And this is the description of this response. And you can see, for instance, okay, in language detection, we detected the Spanish language, because this is text in Spanish, of course. The keywords are skills, interesting knowledge, the event name, and the sentiment is, in this case, 0.84, which means that it is a positive message. And yes, basically this says that thanks to some event, I acquire skills and interesting knowledge. So yeah, this is kind of positive. Okay, there are other services. I will talk about this one, language, which is more or less related with text analytics, yes. But the most important thing is that with language you can actually build a bot service, because you can combine it with the language understanding intelligence service, or LUIS in short, just like my name. And you can send or build applications in which you type a message like when this flight arrives, but the bot will identify this entity, like this is the flight number, or maybe a city name, like I want to book a flight to Orlando. So
could I explain something about this, to all this in Russian?
About
can I explain this in Russian?
Yes. Yes.
Can you back in slides with code?
This one.
Окей. Собственно, что у нас здесь происходит? Вы заходите на этот сервис, регистрируетесь там, и у нас есть, ну, если вы хотите попробовать, что это такое, вы регистрируетесь, получаете ключ ваш, ну, либо вот этот айдишник, либо он идет вместе с URL, который вы отправляете. Выбираете нужные сервисы для, допустим, распознавания текста, распознавания фотографий, и можете использовать их в вашем приложении. То есть вы можете, допустим, создать бота, который будет распознавать фотографии, использовать это в камерах, находить лица какие-то, ну и так далее. То есть сейчас это можно пока что попробовать бесплатно. Я думаю, Microsoft это делать, в принципе, продолжит. Потом, для более каких-то больших проектов делалось большое количество запросов. То есть здесь именно вот этот сервис ограничивается количеством запросов, которые вы можете к нему применить. То есть у вас там есть какое-то ограничение на день, ну и общее ограничение на все. В общем, то есть это вы можете также вот набрать Azure CognitiveServices и попробовать это сами. То есть он сейчас, думаю, продолжит рассказывать, как уже это все преобразуется, просто чтобы понимание было. Okay. Let's continue.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Great. So, well, if you read my blog, I also have some posts about how to build a bot by using this language understanding and also cognitive services. So yeah, this is also very useful, and it's one of the most used services. There is another cognitive service which is very interesting, the vision service, and there are several methods that you can use. The most well-known are computer vision, face, and emotion API. Basically, with computer vision API, you can provide an image or even a video, well, a stream actually, and similarly to the text analytics request, you send this picture and you get an JSON response with a lot of information, such as the description. Like if we provide this image to the service, the description is a man swimming in a pool of water, and with this confidence percentage. So, and you will see it in the demo because I deployed this one. And there is also some useful information such as tags. It's more or less like the keywords with text analytics. Like there is water, maybe the topic is sport, maybe the person is in competition or something. It's swimming, there is a pool, and for each tag there is a confidence level. So you might see if it's accurate or not. Of course, if the confidence is low, maybe it's not useful for us. And also with the computer vision API, you can return information about the face, like, okay, this person is a male and the age is maybe 28 years. So sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it is not. And the emotion, you can also describe if the person is happy, sad, neutral, or angry. Okay. So basically, that's the idea behind the cognitive services. You just use these REST APIs, and there is also SDK in Node, JS, Python, of course, C# and Xamarin. And there is lots of documentation in Microsoft, docs.microsoft.com. There is Stack Overflow, where you can post your questions, and there are experts who are helping. And of course, this is open source, which means that there is the GitHub for the SDK. And if you have a problem, if it's not working, you can ask there, submit an issue, and someone will help you with it. But the first thing that you should do, in case you want to add these cognitive services to your applications, is to go to the portal, Azure portal, and you can create a resource under AI plus machine learning, and you will see several of these services that I just mentioned in previous slides. So let's say that you select text analytics, and you will be asked to write very simple information, such as the identifier, the subscription, the location. Recommendation for location is that you select the closest location to your users. Okay, so if you are developing an applications for people in Europe, okay, you most probably will select West Europe or Germany. There is pricing tier. Okay, this is free. These services can be used for free. There is some limitations. For instance, this is free for 30 days, and after that the key is no longer usable, but you can create another one, so you can reuse it. And yeah, that's it. After you create this resource, you need two elements, which are the endpoint, which I mentioned. This is the place where we will be sending the request, and the key. Of course, in this case, the key is hidden, but I will show it later in the code. And that's all we need to integrate a cognitive service in our application, in this case, text analytics. And okay, in the next slide, I will present the demo. But what I want you to understand is that we can create real-world scenarios. We can deliver or develop really powerful applications. Like maybe we are in a conference and we want to describe what is happening in a picture in real time. So maybe you can, maybe this can be useful for classrooms, and the professor can detect if the students are bored or if they are enthusiastic about the lecture. It can also identify the people, because in the Face API there are two options. You can identify a person, or you can also register it to a service. The same way that you do with fingerprints. Like you can submit 5 pictures of a person and say, okay, this is Luis. So next time a picture of Luis appears, it can be identified as that person. And of course, if you submit a picture or a photo from another person, it will say, okay, that's not Luis, or at least it's another person, but not Luis. So yeah, they are really powerful. I have an example of that in my GitHub.
Okay, could you tell us, have the services library to use or only API in? Oh, because in all languages we can make HTTP request and get JSON, because I use these services is picture vision, maybe no, just a vision, okay. Yes. And to use it, you need only use URL with K and picture that you send, and you got just JSON. You parse it with your language and get data from this. I don't know how it is going now. Did we got new features like library to pass this JSON?
Yes.
And
okay. Yeah. I'm showing the documentation. There are 2 ways to work with these cognitive services. One of them is the REST API, which I mainly mentioned through the session, but there is also SDK, .NET SDK, Python SDK, and for the other languages, such as Node.js or PHP, you can use REST API. The documentation is really helpful, because there are several examples. Like, okay, if you want to analyze a remote image, okay, how will you do it in, for instance, Node.js? So there are some requirements. You install some packages, and you may build your script. This is like the endpoint. This is the image URL. Or you can send also the stream, but okay, this example is not here. But yeah, you can get the response and process it the way you want. But yeah, mainly you can use both API and also SDK. There is something I would like to mention as well, which is here. Okay, many of the cognitive services have something called custom, like custom vision, custom speech, because it is also possible to create a speech to text. Here, this one, speech to text applications, like what I am talking, create a text file with the information that I am speaking. But yeah, okay, there is custom vision. And with custom vision, you can train a model to recognize something. Okay, I can show you. I created several months ago.
Okay, previous speaker just showed this.
Oh, okay, okay, perfect, perfect. So yeah, that's one of the.
Can we combine custom vision with Azure?
Yes, definitely. You can combine all the technologies that you want. Also, in my blog, I think there is one example about, for instance, table storage and cognitive services. Okay, I can show it real quick. But yes, you can use or combine whatever you want. Custom vision, even both services, which I mentioned, because, okay, I have one example about both, about Luis, about Xamarin, about Azure as well. Okay, it's... okay, I might have to search it, or maybe it's in GitHub, I don't know. But yes, you can create powerful applications with all the technologies that you want, and not only in C#, but any language. I can share later the project because I can't find it right now, but yes, you can combine the services. Okay, but yes, I have some of them there. Okay.
We have a question from audition. Yeah. Hello. I have a little question. So suppose we have a task of recognizing some images, and could you elaborate on the advantages of using Azure services instead of, for instance, no pre-learned networks that we can apply in TensorFlow?
Yes. Okay, one of the advantages is that these algorithms are, let's say, ready for production, that you can use it immediately with less code. So if you are a developer and not data scientist or researcher, this might be easier for you. The advantage of using TensorFlow or CNTK or other frameworks is that you can customize it as you wish. That you can, for instance, even use your own model, your own algorithm. That's the advantage of the artificial intelligence applications or developed with this TensorFlow or with other frameworks. So yeah, so it depends on the type of person which is building the application. If it's because for research purposes, you mainly will use these frameworks, but of course you can also apply it to real world scenarios. So yeah, mainly maybe it depends on the knowledge of the person. It is kind of easy to and quick to use these APIs, but if you need something more specific which is not covered in the cognitive services, yes, I would go for the TensorFlow and other frameworks. Actually, in my case, I use both because for the PhD activities, I have to understand and create algorithms for custom applications. But for commercial,
okay, thank you. That's very interesting. And if you don't mind, I have another question.
Yes, go ahead.
That was
Earlier you said that with these facial recognition services, you can identify persons there.
Yes.
So, for instance, if you see that that's the person I know, that's the person I know, clicking on his face, then the system will remember him.
Yes.
So I wonder, so it stays in the system. And what about like my privacy?
Yes, that's a very good question, because in Europe and many countries, privacy is really important. Now, there is something called on-premises cognitive services. Actually, I just gave a talk about it in Poland 2 weeks ago. But with on-premises cognitive services, now you can run some of these artificial intelligence-based models in a local network. There are two scenarios covered here. One of them is that maybe you want to develop an application for remote locations, like there is no internet connection there. So you can deploy these cognitive services as Docker images. So they will work in internal network. Nothing will be sent to the internet.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, could you please send this link to the chat? I think we.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I might also send the presentation. If you give me a second, I have it in my Twitter, because I talk about this scenario, this internet remote locations. But the second scenario that is covered there is the one that you mentioned, privacy. So since these images or text is not sent to internet, your data stays there in local environment, and you get the same functionality, like identifying people, detecting sentiment of text, and so on. So, but of course, this is still in preview. Not all the services are there, but yes, this is the one. But Microsoft is working on it. Face and text analytics are already there. So,
okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's very interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
thank you.
Okay. Thanks for your question. And in the last slide of this presentation, I also share some links about this. But yeah, I hope this is useful for you. Okay. Yeah, here. So you can check it later. Okay, so I will now show the demo, which shows the text analytics and also picture or vision service. You can also download this project from my GitHub. I can again share the link. Oops. All you need to do is to go to these helpers constant and update the keys, because it's not good to share API keys or secrets in GitHub, because there are bots which collect this. So, well, if you go to Azure portal, you can create the resource as I mentioned in the slides and post it here. And I'm also using a Twitter service, so you might also go to the Twitter developer console and create an application, but that's very easy actually. Okay, so I have the application here. It's Xamarin. It works with Android and also with Windows 10 and iOS, but okay, I'm showing it in Windows 10. So
Or Xamarin maybe.
yes, the code is actually here. Yeah. So
Упрощенный Xamarin Forms, то есть такая небольшая абстракция над всеми платформами, где у вас есть ограниченный набор там, кнопочек, ну, стандартных, которые есть на всех платформах, и вы можете легко и быстро создать какое-то приложение. То есть оно очень ограничено на самом деле, но это можно, если у вас какая-то простая помощь, вот, допустим, для примера, вы можете очень быстро это собрать. То есть это просто, ну, как сказать, костяк какого-то интерфейса над Xamarin. Framework для разработки.
Great. Okay, so I just search tweets about some topic, let's say, okay, Mexico, and I selected this one and run the analysis, and okay, this is the information obtained from this tweet. Maybe since it is talking about money, that's why it detected that it is a positive one. I'm not showing the score, but I am using something called converter. So if the message is positive, it will show as green. Okay, I might search maybe this, because this team lost yesterday. Let's see if I can show. Okay, maybe this is funny one. Okay, so this is kind of negative, mainly because of the language. Okay, but
That last night should have been.
yes. Okay, if you are soccer fan, you know what they are talking about. So yeah, okay, maybe this is negative, and you see the language and also the most important words detected by the sentiment. Okay, this one should be detected that it is Italian. Okay, if some of you speak Italian, maybe you will understand it. I don't. Okay. And the code is actually here. I can, let's say, put a breakpoint here. Let's select another one. Okay, this one maybe. So I prepare this document. You can see this JSON content here. Okay. Sorry. Okay, yeah, here. A second. Yes, so I'm sending the information as byte array content, and I post to the sentiment. I want to detect the sentiment, and after I send this post, I obtain this information. Like, okay, give me a second. Yes, here. The sentiment obtained is, okay, the score is 0.13, which is low. So this will be a negative one. And after exploring the sentiment, I also want to detect the languages. So in this case, I am using the REST API to obtain this information. So you can see some JSON parts there. Okay, this language is English. Okay. And finally, the key phrases. And the key phrases are, okay, Ronaldo, Towns, Atletico Madrid fan, Juventus. Okay. So, okay, this is a very simple but useful cognitive service. And the second one is picture analysis. In this case, I am using the SDK, computer vision SDK. You can see the dependency here. Sorry, not that. Yes. Computer vision. So I have a picture here. Let's select okay, maybe this one. Okay, this one is longer. Okay, and now analysis, and it says a man standing in front of a mountain. Okay, maybe with more training, with more context, it might detect that it is video game or something. We can maybe try another one. This one. And analysis, and it says a fox standing in the grass. This is just one information detected by these services, but actually there is more, but okay, I'm not showing it. But
so analyze, or we have a problem picture.
Okay, I will put this here again.
Have a hidden button on your interface.
Okay, there are, for instance, tags: grass, animal, fox, outdoor, brown, small, field, and some other tags. I'm not showing them, but you can see that they are also obtained from the service. And maybe I think I have one picture of me here. Let me see. Because when it detects face, okay, maybe this one. Okay, let's see what's the information obtained by this service. Okay, so now there are 8 faces. Okay, it detected 8 faces, and there is some information. Okay, this person is male, 31 years, 35, and so on. It can also detect the emotion, but I did not add that. But yes, it is also possible. There is categories, which are people crowd and people group. Okay, that's normal. Tags. Oops, sorry. Okay, person, indoor, group, posing, etc. Okay, and the description is a group of people posing for the camera. Okay, so accurate. But yeah, this is very basic, but can be used for much more interesting applications. Yeah, basically that's it. I don't know if you have any questions, if this was interesting. I'm happy to help if you need anything to understand this or work with cognitive services.
Он говорит, что вы можете задавать любые вопросы, то есть он оставил свои контакты, если вы этим заинтересуетесь, вы можете обратиться к нему и позадавать вопросы. Потому что делать это сейчас только бесплатно, то есть вы регистрируетесь, получаете свои ключи и можете попробовать сделать это приложение. То есть не слишком сложно. То есть это обычно, как вот я и делал, то есть HTTP запрос, вы его принимаете, там парсится строка, если вы не используете готовые SDK, что они могут быть сложны. И можете использовать в своих приложениях. Можете попробовать даже написать что-то. Я думаю, это довольно интересно.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I have this little question about this picture analysis. So I see it's like one small sentence, but I wonder if we have more, difficult, maybe, I don't know how to properly explain it, but like more elaborate image of something. Would it be like a paragraph of text, or how would it describe what's in it?
Yes, that's a very good question. In this case, I am using the analyze image in stream async method, but there is another one, description await vision client, which is the describe image in async, in stream async, sorry. So we might test it. and you will see, okay, but in this case I return image description. Okay, I just need to change the return type. Sorry. But yes, it is possible to obtain much more information. It all depends on the method that you use. And just give me a second, because here it will be a bit different now. Description, captions. Okay, yes. I will do this for you. Okay. Okay, let's.
Он сейчас, получается, в description level запишет, то есть описание, возьмет массив этих описаний, которые я предложила, возьмет первое, ну и запишет его в стол.
But yes, you can get much more information about the picture. Okay, it is building. It should come up in a second.
So, and another one,
Yes.
So this is a very interesting framework, and well, I actually didn't work with it at all, but I wonder, are there any, well, alternatives or maybe some other frameworks that we could use in development or maybe for research that with this recognition, with these descriptions of images?
Yes. I know that Google has Vision service as well. I think the name is Google Cloud Vision. Of course, Amazon also have this service, IBM. There are several cloud technology providers, and most of them have also artificial intelligence based services, such or just like this one. You can even combine several of these services in your application, maybe for performance, for testing, and also even for production applications. But yes, that's one of the advantages, that maybe they are somehow like in competition and they want to deliver powerful and accurate services. So as developers, we win because they try to create interesting services for us. So yeah, there are several options, and it's up to us which one will be useful for us.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Okay. In this case, well, yeah, I obtained with the describe image in a stream. Okay, I obtained the same, but maybe with another picture I might obtain something different. But it's all about testing the service. Okay.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. That's great. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Now I think now there is a max candidates parameter. So okay, let's try with 5. And now I will get information. Yes, that's the reason. In the meantime, if there is another question, just let me know. Nice. Okay, let's select this one. And now, oops. Yeah, now there are 5 captions. Okay, a man standing on top of a mountain, a man standing front, okay, next to, okay, a man flying through the air on top of a mountain. Okay. Yeah, maybe it needs more context, but Okay, yes, you can get several captions there. Some of them are more accurate, but yeah. In this case, I'm just showing the first one, the most accurate one. Any other questions?
Как видели, это делано с Sharp, это довольно несложно, кода как бы немного, если вы берете готового SDK, поэтому, в принципе, вы можете взять как начальный проект, то есть посидеть, на русском это переводы есть, можете взять, как свой проект небольшой, попробовать, то есть от вас же никто не требует там делать что-то серьезное, сложное, то есть вы делаете для себя, для изучения, то есть вам это интересно, можете попробовать потом это на курсаче использовать на каком-то, если кто и так далее. Кто-то может попробовать это показать, потому что если вы это использовали, выложили на GitHub, как делает этот человек, то есть почему он стал, собственно, MVP, это один из путей стать хорошим профессионалом, когда у вас будет полный GitHub, у вас будет хорошее резюме, и какие-то более-менее хайповые технологии. То есть этот человек оставил свои контакты, если вам интересно, вы можете к нему написать, посмотреть на его репозиториях, скачать готовый код, если вам непонятно, и попробовать этим попользоваться.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luis. First of all, thank you for your presentation.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, and I have one question.
Yes.
As for my graduate project, I built a system for to automate testing codes. We in our university we have we have some practical we studying information technologies, and particularly we write simple applications.
Okay.
And I want to build some a tool where you can send your code and send for example data and to compare the output of the program, and maybe you can maybe you can give me some advice. Maybe I can use cognitive services maybe for some particular reason. Maybe to one case could be to analyze text to prevent cheating maybe, and maybe somehow I don't know exactly how to do this. But maybe somehow to evaluate the code quality, the code. Maybe we can we can get some stats about common mistakes that were made by the students. And can you give some your own points on that?
Yes. Well, basically, there is one part in computer vision. You can also send a picture, and it can detect the text inside that picture. I don't know if that is useful for the project. Like you can send a screenshot or a scan of a document, and it will retrieve the information there, the text. And then this text can be used by text analytics for some analysis, like keywords or topic or something else, as we just saw. Regarding the cheating, well, maybe you can compare two texts and find if they are similar by using this service. I think there is one. I cannot remember right now, but I think it is possible to obtain similarity between texts. But to be honest, I forgot. But yeah, you can do several things. I don't know if that that it's useful for you in something?
Yeah, I think that's a bit overkill for me, but I was just wondering. I understand that those kind of features like code quality is like insider information for Microsoft, like inside projects, and it's like commercial stuff. But I was just wondering. Thanks for your answer.
Okay. You're welcome.
The end of this open. Thank you for your presentation. And I think somebody wants to see your contact. Maybe you have sent me a presentation. And,
Yes.
And then good luck. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome, and all the best in Irkutsk in the event, and see you next time.
Well, thank you.
Okay, goodbye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.